Okay guys, so this is part two because I don't ever shut up and I have too much to say. That goes to all of you people that say, like Jackie, when you wrote to me and you said, I couldn't set up a blog, I don't have anything to say. Do I really have anything to say? No, but I keep getting on here and blabbing away. And some people like to listen for some ungodly reason. But trust me, you don't necessarily... Do you think that I script any of this? I don't have a teleprompter going down the left-hand side that's telling me what to say. I'm just normally smart and sassy like this. What can I say? But hopefully I don't sound like those people in the news where they're just so... That's why I love the movie Anchorman so much, because no offense if any of you news people are watching my blog, but seriously, do they not sound completely like the most unnatural fake people on the face of the earth? Especially when they're talking about, and that's why I don't watch the news, when they're talking about terrorism or the weather, they're always, got that cute smirk on their face where they're like, thanks, Bob, and when we come back, we're going to listen to Jenny's story about the squirrel she ran over in her driveway. Fantastic! Come back after the break. And then they had these really dumb commercials lately that are promoting some dumb story that's on the news, and they try to be quirky and funny, and it ends up being just like flat soda with no fizz, where you taste it and you're like, who wants to turn into the news? It's not like Desperate Housewives where there's going to be some incredibly exciting revelation. Anyway, so more water. I talked about our goals, right? Hopefully you guys have gotten your goals together, because how cool is it to be heading into the biggest weight gain, lame, pathetic season? I don't mean that. The season I love. This is my favorite time of year. But heading into this season where everybody's like, oh, I'm going to gain 10 pounds. Oh, I'm just going to wait till January and then I'll join the health club. Then you're like all these other people that are almost passing out on the treadmill because they wait until January and they've gained 10 pounds and they're dying, and then they go full force. Like they get on the treadmill and go 20 miles an hour and then they're dying. That's why they have all those paramedics at the gyms in January, because people lose it. And the rest of us are like, dude, why do I have to wait for the treadmill? You're on my treadmill. And I know you're going to be clocked out here in about 5 seconds, so let's just, move along. Anyway, so we're going into the holidays feeling better about ourselves, feeling more excited and ready to go. Pretty cool, huh? So write your goals, write them in present tense. I hope that was making sense. And really, you guys, if I mention something, and I'm talking about Jack Canfield and Zig Ziglar, Jack Canfield, The Success Principles, is such a great book. I had read it before, and then when Cynthia started talking about it on Vision Quester, I went out and got the audio CD, and I'm listening to it in my car, and I hear like 3 minutes of it, and I'm in the car like wanting to write all this stuff down. That's why you have to keep, again, you don't get one of these books, you don't listen to personal development and growth books and read it once. You don't go on a diet one day. You don't work out once. You've got to keep doing it. That's why people that are in the Olympics, that's why people that are in, professional sports teams, do they practice one day and go out and kick butt? No. How much do they practice? How many of you have kids that are in, football, soccer, dance, soccer, dance? I need some espresso. How much do they practice? Think about that. And Lisa, they don't give up after they fall down. They keep going and going and going. And they fall down and they don't do well, but they keep going, and that's how they get better. But they didn't go out there one time and get perfect. My gosh, I've been working on my body and my fitness at various levels for, 10 years. And I've made progress each step of the way. But I'm not where I want to be yet, and that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. Heck no, I'm not going to give up. So anyway, I really do think it's important. And I do know from a day-to-day basis, it's important, again, to not only talk to yourself and encourage yourself and work on not having those self-defeating thoughts, when you constantly berate yourself. I am the most guilty of that in the world, because every time I pass by a mirror, seriously. And somebody said this to me once, they're like, why would you allow yourself to talk to yourself that way if you wouldn't talk that way to a stranger? Like, I wouldn't go up to a stranger and say, my God, you're disgusting. Look at you. Look at your butt. Oh my God. Why don't you get on the treadmill? I would never say that, but let me tell you, I've said worse to myself. Far worse. You don't even want to know what I say to myself when I get in the mirror. I'm surprised I haven't broken my mirror. I'm surprised I haven't gotten in like a fist fight with it, because it frightens me in there. If there was a mirror on the other side of my mirror, somebody's getting a good joke on me and watching me going, that would be scary, actually. But anyway, so I think we all need to work on that. Give yourself positive messages. Constantly feed your mind. Let's write our goals, break them down, have some big goals. Where do you want to be next year at this time? That's where you start. And then you say, look at all the areas in your life. Maybe you haven't even thought that there's an area you can get better in. Maybe you don't think you can get better in your finances. I sure know I can, because you give me $1 and I'll spend $1.50, okay? So I'm working on that. I'm working on constantly, obviously, my fitness goals are, you guys know that. I'm working on certain goals in my career, and I've learned so much. I mean, my gosh, I can't even tell you. It's so exciting to learn more and, just let your brain be a sponge for everything that's out there. And that benefits everybody. It's going to benefit you as far as your marketability in whatever kind of work you do. But then also, it's going to help whoever benefits from your work in whatever venture you're in. So your clients, if it's another business that you're working with and consulting with, if it's your customers at a restaurant, whatever it is that you do, if you're continually improving upon your attitude and your brain and your knowledge, that can't help but be contagious wherever you go. And on the other hand, if you do the opposite, if you constantly hang around negative, whining people, have you noticed that those people all tend to group together and you sit down at a table and try to have lunch with them and all they do is bitch and moan and complain? And, you walk away going, did I just take a hammer and beat myself over the head 50 times? Or did I just have lunch with somebody? No, I just had lunch with somebody. But, if you've got people like that around you that discourage you and talk bad about what you're doing and talk bad about your goals, it doesn't mean that you write them off. It just means that you choose to spend your time with and choose to pour into your mind things that are going to edify you, not toxify you. And you really need to think about that. So think about your goals. Write them in a positive sense into what you want to accomplish, not what you don't want to do, not what you don't want to accomplish. Sweet potatoes need to be taken out of the oven. So I guess that's the main thing I want to pass on to you guys. It's Sunday. Tomorrow is a very big day for me, and I hope that you guys will pray for me, because tomorrow could be a big turnaround day after I meet with these investors and hopefully really lay out the opportunity, which is bigger than you can possibly imagine and more exciting than anything I've ever done. So if I can convince these gentlemen to do what they should be doing, it'll be awesome. And if they don't, you might see on the news that I have kidnapped somebody and taken them to a warehouse until they say yes. But no, I'm very excited about it, and I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do it. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, that means that there's something better. And it might be something better on Tuesday. It might be something better 3 months down the road. I can do anything. I'm open to doing anything. And I'm just keeping myself busy and learning and talking to people. And I'm grateful for all the fantastic people that are helping me. And it's going to be a great ride no matter what, Let's all band together and kick butt this week. Drink your water. Get your good foods going. And we are going to be incredibly strong drinking water fiends going into the holidays. And I have to make some cookies coming up. Not today, but every holiday I make these cookies. They're from Paula Deen, okay? Do you want to know the name of them? White chocolate macadamia nut cherry macadamia nut cookies. I don't know what the order is. They are, seriously, they are the most evilly, sinfully delicious cookies you will ever have. And every time I've made them and I pass them out, because I can't have the cookie dough alone in my house, seriously, it finds its way into my bed. It's like it has a life of its own. And it'll crawl into my bed and go, Kelly, I love you, Kelly, hold me. So I have to make it, because whenever I make it every year, people the next year go, Kelly, when are you making those cherry cookies? And I got to make it. So that's going to be temptation, but you know what? Not really. Not so much. Krispy Kremes? Yes. Cherry cookies? Not so much. You guys have a good week.